everyone, welcome back. It's been a very long time. I was not able to put up any videos for the past 2-3 weeks now because I was on vacation, but now I am back. I'm excited to continue this game. Like, I was missing this game quite a bit, but I really needed my long due vacation. I have been working from a very long time continuously without taking any breaks, so this was pretty nice. I took a month-long vacation. I was able to buffer up a couple of my videos, so there wasn't too much of a gap, but still, I think there was like around 2 weeks gap without me putting up any videos, but I did not want to force myself to do that because then I would not enjoy the game. I wanted to play the game at my own pace and enjoy every bit of it. So I just played as much as I could, put up the videos accordingly, and I went on vacation. And now I'm back and I'm ready to continue the progress. So previously, if you remember, we completed the FICSMAS. The FICSMAS Factory is looking awesome. I'll go over this a little bit, and then we did the massive weapons factory. I like copied. Okay, this view is probably not that good, probably because the sun is. Where is the sun? It's 12 noon, so it's probably right on top of me. So yeah. But this is the bunker sort of thing, which I tried to copy a real life bunker of a weapons storage facility and sort of mimic that. So that is looking pretty good. I really like that building. And then I think the next plan was to do the space elevator factory, which is over there. I have put sort of like the framework for it, but there is still a lot of work to be done. And then the next part is the Turbomotor Factory. So that's the last factory which is left out in this current milestone. Once I do that, all factories are completed. So today I'll go over the Turbomotor Blueprint and then the factory that I have built. Yeah, that's the plan for today. But before that, at the end of FICSMAS, I did log in and I tried to collect all the rewards that they gave, and I think on 25th or something there was like a small trinket or some kind, which is like a cosmetic, and along with that there were, what is that, fireworks, the fancy fireworks, sweet fireworks, and sparkly fireworks. So these were the three things that I really wanted to automate, but I just couldn't get the time to do that. But I was hoping that whatever factory that I have built will just continue to operate. Like, I won't be able to build new stuff, that is what I assumed, but everything that I have built, I thought it'll just stay there. And when I came back, I was really happy to see that like they didn't remove the trees and everything. But once I delete this, I can't rebuild it because there is no more FICSMAS tab over here, nor is there like the recipes are not there, so I can't really build anything. Of course I can put in recipes, but the thing is, I checked the very last tree over here, which is like creating these gifts. I removed like one gift and it did not give me any more gifts, which is a bummer. Like the gifts are no more being created, so which means that any new extension to this factory will just not work because it won't have enough raw resources to work. So what I assumed was like the tree will be there, the tree will continue to send out gifts even after FICSMAS, but it's just that I won't be able to put down more trees. That's what I assumed. So what I thought was, like, when I come back, I'll just expand this factory a little bit, maybe in this direction, and just complete like the fireworks and stuff. But unfortunately, that's not the case. I can't really do that. But the fireworks were pretty cool. There you just put it using your Noblesque, and you just deploy it, and it just goes up, and you have a beautiful firework. So that was pretty nice. That was the last part which I just wanted to share. So this was really nice. Anyway, so apart from that, now coming to the main part of today's video is this blueprint for turbo motors. Now, turbo motors is one of the final components, final raw component that you make, and this is a very end game resource. I was not able to unlock this last recipe no matter what. I have already unlocked all the recipes that I can, and I cannot unlock any more recipes. So this is like locked with future milestones, which I just can't unlock now. So I was fine with that. So then I went through these two recipes which I had. The first recipe is actually extremely inefficient compared to the second one, because the cooling system is itself like very complicated to make. But in the second one, like the electromagnetic control rods are fairly easy. You just need some stators and some AI limiters and you can do it. And also if you consider the raw resources, I think the second one comes down to be a little bit better. I think a lot better compared to the first one. And along with that, this produces a lot more. So what I needed was just one. So I just underclocked this to one, and this gave me perfect 3 radio control unit uh, in its recipe. And that was perfect because I already have a blueprint for that. So if I come here, there I already have like a blueprint with radio control units, which gives me 3 radio control units. And I did try to mess with this a little bit so that I can make the entire thing in one blueprint, like even the radio control units. But radio control units are just way too complex for me to do this. Like just a single one, I was using this recipe in the previous one because this was efficient. This itself takes so much resources. And then this one uses heat sinks, which is actually fine if you compare to the high-speed connectors. High-speed connectors just need lots of things. So no matter what, radio control unit becomes like a huge blueprint no matter what. So I was not able to incorporate in a single blueprint. So this is like the first blueprint that I have done where I haven't gone from the absolute raw resource to the final resource, because I am using this 3 radio control unit as one of the inputs, which I have never done till now. Till now, every single time, it always goes from the most rawest resource possible to the final product in a single blueprint. Means like iron ore to the final product. So that's how it will be. But here, everything else is like the raw resource. Like for example, this needs 60 iron ore, this needs 63 Kyterium, this needs 48 iron ore, and then of course plastic is a raw resource, right? Yeah, plastic is there. So everything else is a raw resource, but it's just this one, radio control unit. Now you might think there's still so much space, why can't I do this radio control unit? That's because if you just take a look at this radio control unit blueprint, it's this big. You need a minimum of 2 manufacturers to make one blueprint. And there is, at max, I can put in one more manufacturer here. I already tried it and I could not fit it. No matter what, I could not fit it. So this is already like quite snug fit. Like there is not much more space over here. I have literally used every single bit of space as much as possible. There is a little bit of space over here, like in this floor, but that is not enough to make radio control units, unfortunately. But that's fine. I was able to make this. And as I mentioned, I was using this recipe, turbo motors. So this one. So in this, motors, rotors. So basically, motors need rotors to make. I use the third recipe over here, which uses the electromagnetic control rods, because electromagnetic control rods is one of the recipes. So I made motors using rotors and electromagnetic control rods. So all I did was I made some rotors, I made some electromagnetic control rods, then took part of these two, made some motors, and I had all of these 3, and I fed it into the manufacturer. So extremely simple. So this is iron ore, iron ingots. There is some balancing which is happening to make it perfectly balanced. So then I get some steel pipes, some wire. So both steel pipes and wire goes in here to give me 5 rotors per minute. And similarly, there is in this part, there is what is this? Kyterium ore, and then there's this iron ore. So this Kyterium ore becomes quick wire, and quick wire is going all the way up. And then this one is also making quick wire, and this quick wire is actually going into this assembler along with this iron ore, which is making steel pipes, and this one. So this one needs steel pipes and quick wire to make stators. So both stators and rotors are being made here, and part of the quick wire is going up. So over here, you'll get part of this quick wire which is coming up, along with plastic that I'll feed to make AI limiters. So this AI limiter will go in here along with the stators that I'm making downstairs to make electromagnetic control rods. This electromagnetic control rods, part of it is going to make motors, and part of the rotors is coming upstairs to make motors. and then the other part of rotors and other part of this electromagnetic control rod is going back into this manufacturer, um, along with the output of this motor going into the manufacturer. So it's extremely simple blueprint. The only reason it became simple is because I just assumed radio control units is a different blueprint. It's totally fine. I'll just make it separate, and that's fine. It's working out pretty well. And with that, let's just go to the factory. My world is also looking quite beautiful. It's slowly like taking a shape of a small city town. It will look a lot more fabulous once I complete the space elevator factory, because that's huge. That is a massive undertaking that I will do, because I will have to connect the entire world over here with trains to make that happen. Because I have not dabbled with trains at all in this playthrough, and I really want to do that. But before that, I needed a need to do that. Till now, I did not have one. But for Space Elevator Factory, I do need one because it needs so much resources, and I have nearly depleted lots of good resources nearby. Because I have no more aluminium left. Aluminium is done. I've completely used this pure node. All the aluminium. There is one more aluminium over here, which is I think pure, which I need to use. So I need to bring that in. Of course, I can use belts everywhere, but I thought belting will take. I mean, it will take some time, but maybe the same as making trains. But once you have train network throughout the world, your life becomes so much easier. It's only the initial part of setting up trains that's a lot trickier. You have to think a lot and all of that. But once you set it up, your life will become so easy. You don't need to worry about anything. That's the beauty of trains. Anyway, so here is my Turbomotor Factory, which I built using 2 blueprints. So if I see this, so this is the first blueprint, which is the radio control unit blueprint. And right on top of it, I just put in Turbomotor Factory blueprint. So extremely easy, extremely simple. The most difficult part of making this, like after putting this blueprint, was actually bringing in the raw resources. Because this radio control unit factory, I mean, it's really well optimized. Like the blueprint is really nice, but you need so much resources. I got tired, like just belting everything. You need iron, aluminum casing, plastic, chyterium, rubber, quartz for one blueprint. That's a lot. So, yeah. Anyway, and then at the top there is this Turbomotor Factory, which takes in iron, a little bit of chyterium, and then a little bit of plastic. That's it, and that's done. So even though it feels like it needs a lots of like plastic, rubber, and everything, the plastic and rubber numbers are really small, meaning that all this plastic is, like for example over here, it needs 14 plastic, and then there is the other plastic requirement over here, which is 3.5, which is nothing. And then there is one more plastic requirement, which is this one, 14.28. So it's basically around 31 plastic, 31 to 32 plastic that's required. That's it. So it's not too much plastic at all. And rubber is just over here, which is like 7 rubber. And then the other part of the rubber goes here, which is 30 rubber. So 37 rubber. So even rubber is pretty small. So I can, like, if I need more, if I'm building more of this factory, like 2 or 3 turbomotor factories, like I need 3 turbo motors per minute or something like that. And if I plop all of those down, I can just bring all of these in like one belt. I don't need to worry too much about rubber and plastic. And also because the numbers are so small, I don't need to worry about balancing it perfectly. I can't balance it perfectly. Like how will I get 7 rubber per minute on a belt? That's just not feasible. I mean, I can make it, but it's just not worth the effort. So yeah, so this is the Turbomotor Blueprint, Turbomotor Factory, sorry, and it's and it's looking pretty good. It's right next to this massive factory that I have, and it's looking even more chaotic now, which I really like. I really like how busy this is. I was planning on bringing some trains and stuff through here, which I will be doing. So the train will go through here underneath here and go all the way over there, because there I think there's like some nodes over there which I can harvest. So I will be taking trains throughout this biome and to other biomes. So that's my next huge project. Also, I'll be tearing this down. I have rebuilt all the item bridges in my world to look good. Like for example, that item bridge was completely, I made that new. That was a massive time sink, because I think there are more than like 14 belts on that, and along with one pipe. So that was huge. That took so much time. Previously, it was just like connected to over here with, and it just went to the sky, and it looks so bad because my factory was just this tall. Like this is how it was, and the item bridge was taller than that and going somewhere, and it just looked bad. So I rebuilt it. Now it looks so much nicer, like properly maintained, and here it looks like a bridge and going underneath this road, so it looks so much better. I am really liking this, but I haven't rebuilt this. I will tear all of this down and rebuild this item bridge to make it a lot smaller, going on the ground, something like that, and make it a lot more beautiful. But before that, I will have to build a train network, because I don't know how the train network will look like. So once I do that, I'll be rebuilding this item bridge. So that's the next part. But as for today, Turbomotor Factory is done, Blueprint is done, and it's working pretty well. Has it stored any? No, not yet. So if I just search, yes, 34. The number of turbo motors per minute is a lot small, meaning that it just makes like one turbo motor per minute. So you need to wait quite a bit before you fill up your storage, but that's fine. I mean, right now the only building that I use it for is actually the Mark III miners. I don't think I need it for anything else right now. I can just search it. If I go here, turbo motors, yeah, it's only used for thermal propulsion rocket. So it's only used for space elevator. So apart from that, I don't really need to make more of this for anything else. So it'll only be part of that space elevator project, but apart from that, it won't be part of anything else. So I'm pretty fine having a low count. I mean, there are lots of different materials which I'm making at a very low count per minute, but that's totally fine. The minimum that I go for is 1 per minute. I usually don't go for less than that. 1 per minute is pretty good. It's more than enough. If you really want to have a full storage, just leave it overnight and you will have a full storage. That's it. Maybe, yeah, 24 hours you should probably have more than enough. So yeah, so with that, this is my Turbomotor Factory completely built using the blueprint, and it's looking pretty nice. So with that, in the next video, I'll be working on the train network, the rail network throughout the world, and see how I can connect everything and make everything beautiful. So yeah, with that, I'll be ending for this video. So thank you everyone. See you guys in my next video. Bye.